This is game number 26 of 27 this week. One spot left in the championship tomorrow. Czechia trying to take down the host of the Senior League Softball World Series, Delaware, who is unbeaten this week. 5-0, and it's a big home crowd here to watch Delaware try and make it back to the championship for the second consecutive season. This crowd keeps getting bigger and bigger for this unbeaten Delaware team trying to reach the championship and face Michigan. Maybe a little revenge in order. Michigan getting past the Philippines earlier. Bases loaded. This is the only run in the game.
And this is Addie Freeman up to bat. This is a 10-pitch at bat that she worked. Bases loaded, game on the line, works, fouls things off, and she saw all rise balls in this at bat. Finally draws the walk for the only RBI of the game, and she's fired up.
Philippines had some moments. This was one of their big chances, but a little bit of a base running error here. Cresbaugh in center with the cannon, no chance.
Absolutely nails the base runner to Elena Trotter. What an incredible throw by her. And then it was Addie Taylor in the circle. 5 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed, and 0 runs scored. She was incredible.
So the stage is halfway set. Michigan awaits 3 Eastern on ESPN+. Can Czechia upset Delaware, or is it a rematch of last year's championship game that Michigan beat Delaware 10-0 in? Alongside the former Alabama star Allie Shipman, I am Chucky Kempf. Total pitcher's duel in game 1. This one, we feel like it might look a little different.
Absolutely. I'm anticipating a lot of runs put up. Between these two teams, there have been 81 runs scored, so a lot of offensive production between the two of them.
We'll see if Czechia can get to Sierra Lewis in the circle. It's going to take a lot. Czechia actually fell behind yesterday, but had a big 5th inning to get that win.
Absolutely. They know how to battle. They were down in the 5th inning, and they strung together a 5-run inning, and it was just battling, passing the bat, and just stringing things along. You're going to see their speed. They showed off a little bit of their power. A lot of big bats in this lineup. Like I said, I'm expecting a lot of runs put up in this game.
4 players for Czechia hitting .420 or better. Johanna Barankova will lead things off at the top of this order. Klaudia Shobilova and Bara Yadelska, the first 3. The only 3 lefties in the lineup are all at the top to try and set the table for Johanna Slavikova, the catcher. Sierra Lewis has started every game for Delaware. She gets a swing and a miss on the first pitch. She is back out there for the 6th time this week. She's not thrown a ton of innings, 19 innings pitched, but this is start number 6 at 2.21 ERA.
And 14 Ks as well on the week. She's their #1 pitcher. She's their go-to, their ace. She's got great velocity, will mix in that curve, the fastball, but to me, it's the rise change. If she can work those pitches together, she'll be deadly.
Ahead 0-2 of Barankova, who is sporting a .400 on-base percentage in the 5 games this week. Czechia is 3-2, beat Brazil 9-2 yesterday. That 5-run 5th, the big difference. They were behind early in that game, but really shut things down from a defensive perspective as it went on. A very talented Brazil team who we saw very nearly upset Delaware in pool play. Czechia has wins over Hawaii and Canada. That was a 10-2 win over Canada. Fouled back to stay alive by Barankova.
And Barankova is the perfect leadoff for Czechia. They say she is fast. She's super aggressive on the base paths. And so if you're Delaware, you cannot let her get on because she will test you.
Didn't feel well during the group stage of their region tournament, but got to play in the championship, was a pinch hitter, got on base. Team was absolutely elated for her. Czechia's 3rd time at the Senior League Softball World Series in the last 4 years. We're here in 23 and then back-to-back years in 25 and 26. This Czech team from Czech Republic District 1 Little League in Prague. Ground ball left side, scooped up, strong arm is not quite in time from Kimora Harris. An infield single to start the game for Barankova.
And this ball could not be more perfectly placed. Watch how this bounces. It forces Kimora Harris to almost wait on it, take a drop step, and because of that, Barankova is safe.
We will see Clint Lutz for the first time. Wants to have a conversation really quickly with our first base umpire to inquire about the call. So the umpires will converge, and he might just be challenging this right away, actually. I think he is. This is just going to be a straight-up challenge from Clint Lutz to start this game. You get 2 unsuccessful challenges. It's a big deal. You're making a challenge on your very first play in the game.
But if you get it correctly, you have unlimited challenges, so you have to play that game of pluses and minuses. Is it worth it to you?
First base umpire Mark Starr is our crew chief tonight as well. Volunteer umpires have done an excellent job all week long.
Man, that is as close as it gets, but I think safe, and I think especially because the call on the field was safe, I just don't see that there's enough to overturn.
She got that foot down so
fast.
quick.
I was just about to say that. It's like she just stuck her toes down there. This is one of those where if it would have originally been called out, I'd probably be saying the same thing. I don't know if there'd be enough to overturn it the other way. But because the original call was safe, I think this will stand.
See, old tie goes to the runner situation?
That's what they say. I was never fast enough to really test that.
You never had to worry about these
No.
bang-bang plays, maybe on a booted ball or something. And
Maybe.
no, a grounder to left field.
No infield singles for me.
Umpires are waiting for word from the replay official. And here comes the call. It is confirmed, safe on the play, an infield single for Johanna Barankova to start off this game, and Clint Lutz is down to just 1 unsuccessful challenge now left for the game.
And now for Delaware, you're in a really tough spot because Barankova can run. She has a lot of speed, so as an infield, you have to be prepared, especially with a lefty batter up, for the potential that she might steal.
Claudia Shabilova, the right fielder, hitting .429 this week with a couple doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs. First pitch strike on the outside corner. Shabilova, a Barbara Krejcikova fan, a Czech professional tennis player, as well as Shohei Ohtani. Takes the 0-1 up and away.
I think if you added up all the favorite players, the most common of everybody in this tournament was Shohei Ohtani.
I think you're right. And after that, I actually think you would go to the softball side. This is into left field and tailing toward foul territory, but caught by Jackson in left. There's 1 out.
And that's a big out by Sierra Lewis, just forcing Shabilova, who has been so good this tournament, to pop up and putting a bit of a stall between Barankova, who got on. And now, if you're Czechia, you can't just go to a sacrifice here. You have to start putting things in play.
1 on, 1 out. Bara Yadelska, the shortstop, for her first time at the plate. .538 this week. Has scored 7 runs for Czechia. I think after Shohei, it's like Carlin Pickens, Jordy Fromm, Montana Fouts. Runner goes and is in safely. Got a great jump from first base. It's a stolen base for Barankova.
And Yadelska is showing bunt there, pulling back. This is a fake bunt steal, but Barankova, like you said, that was a perfect jump. She was on time, lots of speed, slides in safely.
Sierra Lewis has started every game, but has only thrown 19 innings pitched. They've been able to get leads early and keep her well rested for this game and for potentially tomorrow night's game against Michigan. Ahead 1-2. She has actually given up more walks than she has hits in those 19 innings. 13 walks to just 11 hits. One-two to Yadelska. I'm seeing more fans filling in between the signs and banners on the wall in the outfield than we saw yesterday. It is in the dirt, blocked up by Sophia Bowen behind the plate. 3-2 is the count. This facility has hosted this event since 2004. They want to see Delaware lift the trophy tomorrow. In the air to deep left field. This is carrying back toward the wall, and it gets down on the track. The runner had to hold. They will wave her around from second. The throw just behind. And heads up base running by Yadelska to take third. Czechia is on the board.
Yadelska misses a home run by feet. She lets this ball get in so deep, extends her arms out and shows her power. She's down in her legs when she swings, and then it's the speed of Johanna Barankova, just not in time with the throw. Czechia up early.
It is a rarity that Delaware trails in a game. First pitch up and in, ball one to Johanna Slavikova. Takes a big swing at that for strike one.
And once again, Delaware in a really tough position. Slavikova hitting .462 in this tournament, now 1 out with a runner on third. Czechia has another opportunity to get a run in.
I don't know if there was a ruling. I guess it was a foul ball. Yadelska came in from third base. It was a hit by pitch. The runner will go back. It sounded like it, but now Clint Lutz is coming out of the dugout to ask a question. I think the umpires are going to come together first to figure out what exactly happened here.
It looked like to me that she was squaring to bunt, but she didn't pull back when this ball hit her. So she almost attempts, she does attempt, does not pull back, and it still hits her, so that's a bunt attempt. To me, this should not be a hit by a pitch because she attempted at it.
So the other question here is the runner did come across. So in the event that this is a strike, you would think that that would have been, would that then be a live ball for this runner to score?
Well, the thing that you have to look for is what is the umpire behind the plate's first reaction. If he puts his hands up, if he does anything like that, then it's no longer a live ball. But if he doesn't do anything, then technically, yes, that would be a live ball.
It's a weird situation because I don't think he made a signal originally. Well, let's take a look. There's no signal really, and then the runner you'll see comes in from third, and kind of after a minute, then he puts his hands up. So the question is, if this does become a strike and you're Czechia, you're thinking we would like that run too.
Absolutely, and that's something that I would talk to the umpires about because there was no ruling until borderline after she had already scored.
Obviously, I do think everyone on the field thought that was a dead ball. Even the runner coming home kind of slowed down, like what exactly is going on here? So the umpire, this is going to be an umpire-initiated review. So this is no bearing on challenges for either team. It does have a pretty big bearing on the game because this could be potentially a run for Czechia, although it's just a unique situation.
I think originally maybe the umpire thought that she had pulled back or that maybe she had foul tipped it. But because he doesn't put his hands up right away, that does leave it up to discretion for the base runner, and she continued.
This is a very interesting play that we have here.
I don't know if I've ever seen a play quite like this.
Not so much the bunt part, but the runner part.
Absolutely.
That is the wild card here. So Delaware had played more than 20 innings this week and never trailed. And here they are in the first inning of a semifinal game, down 1-0 to Czechia. At the moment, there is one out. There is a runner on third. Hopefully, when they do come out with the ruling on this play, we can get an idea of exactly what happened, because I'm guessing the coaches are going to get maybe an explanation. This isn't one where you can really just come out and say safe or out, I don't think.
And like you said, the easy part of this is deciding hit by pitch or bunt attempt. But it's what do you do next with the base runner? Because if you say that it's just a straight up bunt attempt, then that's a live ball.
It's a great time for fans to run over and get a milkshake. Can you tell what's on my mind today? I think since we got here, I've been thinking about maybe getting a milkshake.
That may
tonight.
have been the first thing you said to me when we got in the booth today.
I like to plan.
What flavor are you going for today?
You know, sometimes I just want a little chocolate, I think. Yeah, keep it simple. Everyone awaiting the ruling. They are sitting 3 and 4 deep in the lawn chairs here at the ballpark.
And squeezed in between each of the signs out throughout the outfield. Huge crowd. And the coaches for Delaware said this. They said the longer that Delaware plays, especially the night games, the crowds just get bigger and bigger for them.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what the ruling is. They are going to say that is a hit by pitch and that she is on first. So you can imagine Clint Lutz is asking, she offered at the pitch, is what he probably is saying. The runner is walking back to third base currently.
Now, the only thing I will say is that that ball hit her within the batter's box. That ball was well inside the batter's box. And to the umpire's point, that may be what they're saying is the reason why it hit her, because even though she showed either way, that ball was in the batter's box with her.
Looks like the runner is on first. A check swing or that situation is not reviewable. And so the ruling on the field did end up being that that was a dead ball and that she was hit by the pitch. So that goes back to kind of what you talked about with the close play at first. The ruling on the field is so important here that that was, in the end, called a hit batter.
And a bit of a tough break for Delaware now, first and third with one out.
Angela Yorotkova will run over at first base. First and third for Czechia. There's just one run across, but there's just one out for Delaware.
And with how fast and athletic this Czechia team is, I'm wondering if they'll try to steal first pitch with this first and third situation.
Marketa Shvetsova is the hitter for Czechia. And just check swings and fouls that off for strike one against Sierra Lewis.
Shvetsova, another one, hitting .500 They have about 5 players that are right around that 450, 500 mark, especially in the middle of this lineup. A lot of depth and power.
0-1 swings through it, runner goes. They will throw to second base. The throw to first, runner coming home and safe around the tag. It was an excellent slide from Yadelska coming in from third.
That is a perfectly executed first and third from the offensive perspective. You can tell the plan for the runner is to get in that rundown. Give your runner at third an opportunity to score. Just take up a little bit of time, cause a few throws, and that's exactly what they do. And another run that comes across the board for Czechia.
Oh, 2 is the count with a runner in scoring position for Marketa Shvetsova. 5 RBIs on the tournament, hitting .500 at the plate. Line shot into right center field. It is cut off in right by Hearn. The runner coming around, and she will score. 3-0 Czechia.
Shvetsova, this is just an incredibly well-struck ball by her, and just a beautiful swing. Honestly, this pitch up out of the zone. You can see her kind of preset her hips, keep her hands back, and just throws her barrel out there. Well struck, and scores another run for Czechia. They are really seeming like they are seeing the ball well. They are timing it up well and putting pressure on this defense.
They just did like the kind of ice spray on her ankle over there. She was a little bit hobbled, and they came out and sprayed her down. She's ready to go.
The magic ice spray.
Whatever works. Eliška Kotizova is the hitter. Her favorite player is Ronald Acuna Jr., left fielder. Also a Lionel Messi fan. Is up and in, ball 1. Fouls that back, 1-2. This has been such a long top of the first inning that Czechia's starting pitcher, Nela Shvetsova, is actually out warming up again down the right field line. She was probably ready to go, but I'm assuming maybe at the 10-15 minute mark, she said, I need to throw a few pitches.
And this is pretty common too, especially for pitchers having to keep that arm warm, wanting to stay in your zone mentally and keep your spin feeling right.
Swings through it, strikeout number 1 for Sierra Lewis is an important one, out number 2 in the first.
Lewis gonna go down and in with this ball. This is perfectly placed on the inner half. Really tough to keep your hands inside the ball for that one.
Anna Ringlerova, the first baseman, did offer at that for strike 1. Chased that one, and it was a little bit off speed too up in the zone.
That's her changeup right there, and I think especially after this first inning that Czechia has had, you have to start going to that changeup more, change their timing.
Czechia has already set themselves up to bring the top of their order to the plate in the second inning too, for sure, at least the leadoff hitter. Ground ball back to Lewis. That'll do it for the top of the first. Unfamiliar territory for Delaware. The first time they have trailed all week. It's 3-0 Czechia after a half inning.
In the top of the first inning for Europe, Africa.
Delaware certainly has the offense to handle a 3-run deficit, and definitely with this much time left in the game. Coming to the plate for the first time, all right-handers in the lineup. The youngster Journey Hearn leads it off. A .600 on base percentage will help you do it. 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 hit by pitches this week for Journey Hearn. Lutz has homered, Kruger has homered, and Kimora Harris has driven in more runs than anybody this week in the cleanup spot. Across from them in the circle, Nella Shveskova. 1-1 with a 1.43 ERA, and she is a big-time strikeout pitcher.
She has 21 strikeouts on the week so far, and her best pitch is that rise ball. She'll change eye level with the drop in the curve, a little bit of a changeup, but it's really that rise ball.
Her favorite athlete is Charles Leclerc, an F1 driver. Tiare Jennings is her favorite softball player. And we are ready to go. Czechia with a 3-run advantage over Delaware in the semis. A date with Michigan is on the line. Ball 1 to Hearn.
And for this Delaware lineup, they're hitting .375 top to bottom with 5 home runs, 49 runs scored. So this is the team, if you're Delaware, that you want to be able to come back against Czechia.
A foul ball. Lutz has made some nice plays with his feet over there.
Who needs a glove? Just use the Adidas.
He might think about joining an adult soccer league after this week, the way he's going. Longtime men's fast pitch player. 1-1 the count to Journey Hearn. A lot of speed for her. Some good pop, takes that low. They like her eye at the plate too. Really a fire starter for this offense. Said she's really quiet. She's got a great bat and a great eye at the plate. Two-two the count.
And Shveskova only throws around the 60-mile-per-hour mark, so you can already tell the Delaware hitters out in front early. If I was Shveskova, I would go back to that changeup, see if you can get that over the heart of the plate.
2-2. Low for ball 3. Journey Hearn seeing plenty of pitches for Adeline Lutz in the 2-hole, Clint Lutz's daughter.
And she does hold. That is a great job holding on that pitch.
Just tips that back. Very open stance from Journey Hearn. How did you like to set up in the box?
I looked almost exactly like her, a little bit more down in my legs, but I loved that split stance. Having an open stance helped me adjust to different pitches. As I kicked my leg up, if I read changeup, I could sink on my way down and give myself some more adjustability.
So you were a big leg kick, front leg kick.
Oh yeah, makes you look cool.
It does. It's maybe gonna land on another field. It did. It's over on the baseball field behind us. Another 3-2 coming. By my count, that was pitch number 8 in this at-bat. That was the 3rd consecutive foul ball, 5th overall.
And for Delaware, this is exactly the type of leadoff that you want. Force Shveskova to throw everything she has in her arsenal so that your dugout can take a peek at it.
Another 3-2. Journey Hearn getting closer to straightening this out right now. 5 straight foul balls in the at-bats, 7 total. 10 pitches. How are you getting her out if you are Nela Shveskova?
I haven't been able to see her locate the change yet. So for me, it would go to that rise ball, go up in the zone, see if she'll chase.
There it is. They called an illegal pitch, too, on the play. So would have been a walk either way for Journey Hearn.
And a great battle there. Once again, just saw so many pitches. Now, for the rest of this Delaware lineup, they know exactly what to expect from Shveskova in the circle.
That is Wojtek Kasper, who went out to check with the umpire on what exactly the illegal pitch was. So he relays that information to Nela Shveskova. Wojtek Kasper's kind of somewhat of the translator, because he did the pronunciations for us in our coaches' calls. He answered a lot of the questions.
You can see her replant that foot on her way forward. And I think that's what the umpires are talking about.
Outside, ball one. This is Adeline Lutz, has some really great power. She's got really good speed too. And it just runs in the family. Her dad is Clint, the manager, college baseball player, men's fast pitch player for years. Clint had 3 uncles and his dad who were all Pennsylvania Hall of Famers for men's fast pitch. So it was only right that Adeline Lutz is a great center fielder and a super all-around hitter too. (2-0) the count from Shveskova. There is ball 3.
And that's a competitive miss by Shveskova right there. Just a little bit down and in. You can tell Slavikova behind the plate really trying to work for that.
That is strike 1. And the throw to first, just safe. And it was in part because I think Journey Hearn thought it was ball 4. Lutz dropped the bat. She was headed to first too.
And a good snap throw by Slavikova, noticing that Journey Hearn definitely thought this was ball 4. Ringlarova, the first baseman, just turned the wrong way and took too long to get that tag down.
3-1 the count now to Lutz. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start the first inning for Delaware. They are in business with Carly Kruger coming to the plate.
Carly Kruger hitting .389 with 8 RBIs already this tournament. She's one of their power hitters. She can drive the ball into the gap. And if you're Delaware, you need her to keep this rally going.
Quick conversation between Slavikova and Shveskova. Delaware starting to think they want to get everything back right here and then some. Showing bunt that gets away. Both runners will advance.
Slavikova behind the dish. You could tell just getting up a little bit too early out of her squat, anticipating either that bunt or maybe a fake bunt steal, and that one just tips off of her glove.
Kruger takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Kruger hitting .389, a pair of doubles, a home run, and 8 RBIs, one of the better marks on the team. Strike two. Nothing Czechia wants more than a strikeout right here. Lifted to deep center field. Back to make the catch is Fribova. The runner from third tags up. Delaware is on the board. A sacrifice fly for Kruger.
A good piece of hitting here by Carly Kruger and just doing her job, knowing her role in this situation with less than 2 outs is to get a ball deep enough to score at least 1 run. And she really missed barely underneath that. Easily could have been over the fence if the timing was a little bit more there.
Kimora Harris now. 500 average, 2 home runs. Senior League Softball World Series best, 12 RBIs. Almost pulled in foul territory. See if Harris makes them pay.
And that's one that Ringlarova over at first base probably wants back, knowing that Kimora Harris so far in this tournament is one of, if not the best hitters.
Harris liked that pitch, just missed it, and it's an 0-2 count. Just off the end of the bat for Harris to stay alive. Ball one.
Good take there. You could tell Shveskova was trying to expand the zone outside a little bit, see how far she could go before Kimora Harris stopped taking those big hacks.
Two and two. Harris battling. Up the middle, the runner will go to third. They get out number 2 in the inning.
And that's a big time out for Nella Shveskova in the circle. Just being able to get Kimora Harris to miss hit on top of the ball. You can tell she was out in front that entire at bat. The spin and the speed of Shveskova keeping her off balance.
Last chance for Delaware in the first is Emma Jackson. Hitting .500 with a pair of doubles this week. Slavikova behind the plate has to make sure everything stays in front. Lutz will be ready to roll on a pass ball. Emma Jackson, also a field hockey player, 16 years old. Takes strike 2. Good location from Shveskova. Got her looking on 3 pitches. Shveskova ends the inning and Czechia will take it.
And what a sequence by Nela Shveskova in the circle. She's going to set this up by going outside, then runs this one perfectly down and in at the knees for her first strikeout of the game.
Sierra Lewis looking for a bounce back inning in the second. Gave up 3 runs in the first, an infield single, an RBI double. Also hit a batter and then gave up 1 more RBI single, but retired the final 2 via the strikeout and a soft ground out right back to her. So now 8-9-1 for Czechia coming up. Emma Fribova, the center fielder, leads it off. Seattle Mariners and Julio Rodriguez fan. Fribova's sister is on the U22 Czech Republic national team. Her father is actually here this week supporting the team.
If Sierra Lewis can continue getting the top half of that zone with that rise ball, that's going to be a deadly spot for her. Now I would try to expand a little bit, see if you can get Fribova to chase.
Not sure if Sierra Lewis was actually shaking that call or if she wasn't seeing it on her wristband. That is fouled off, but they were calling the pitch from the dugout, and she stepped off originally, and then I think Clint Lutz called it again, and she maybe shook it off, but it's hard to say if she was shaking the call or she just didn't see it on her wristband. Two and two.
And to your point, sometimes this time of night, you either A, can't hear, there's a large crowd here, or when he tries to give finger signs, those numbers, sometimes it's hard to differentiate a 1 versus a 2 or a 3. They all start to run together.
Fribova puts a good swing on this. Out to second base for Ava Brock, 1 out.
And this Delaware defense, they're really solid. They have a .978 fielding percentage as a team. Not a lot of errors made. They're going to make Czechia earn everything today.
Strike 1 on the inside corner to Anna Friedlova. Sis Bates fan and a third baseman for Czechia. team hitting just over 300 as a group, scored 32 runs in their first 5 games. A little over 6 per game, 11 extra base hits. Going to see some more small ball from them, some intelligent base running, which we already saw help provide one of the runs in that first inning. They do have 4 players, though, hitting .420 or better. Three and one.
And what's interesting is after that first pitch, that first inside pitch to Friedlova, she immediately backed off the plate a ton. She is almost half a foot off the plate right now, trying to give herself some extra room on that inner half.
That is high. Ball 4. The 9-hole reaches via walk to turn it over to the top of this order. And the top 5 in the order are who did all the damage. 4 of the 5 reached.
And we mentioned they'll play small ball. They will steal. They'll create chaos on the base paths. And Friedlova is one of those that has speed.
Johanna Barankova showing bunt and fouls it back. She is rapid coming out of the box.
And with her being a slapper, it's going to be really difficult to play for the steal. You can tell they've had to shift how they're going to take a steal. Instead of shortstop covering, Kimora Harris is now in and Ava Brock back.
That bunt is laid down. Bo was right on it. Sacrifice works, and there are 2 outs for Delaware.
Really good job there by Jordan Bowe, being fearless, getting right up in her kitchen, charging that ball, making a good play. And now Delaware is going to have to go through one of their best hitters in the lineup, Claudia Shabilova.
That is a great spot from Lewis, spinning that to the outside corner. Guessing Claudia Shabilova maybe got in a little beach volleyball this week.
We are 25 minutes away from the beach right about here. They had a beach party last Sunday when they got in.
1-1. Ari Adelska on deck is the one who hit the double into right center field. No, left field, I should say. Left center field. Strike 2.
If Lewis can get that spot consistently, that is one of the toughest pitches to hit as a batter, low and away, and for a strike. Really hard for Czechia to make adjustments.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Lewis. It's a scoreless second inning for her in response to giving up 3 in the first.
Lewis once again going to the rise ball, up and away. You can tell they are just not ready for that pitch, and Delaware will hit coming up.
Number 16, Sierra Lewis.
Bottom of the second, Delaware back to the plate against Nella Shveskova. Didn't give up a hit, but did give up a run. Couple walks and an RBI sacrifice fly in that first inning for Delaware. Strike one to Sierra Lewis. Still very dangerous bats in this 6, 7, 8, 9 for Delaware, but the top 5 have really separated themselves. Lewis and company trying to make their mark here in the second. 0-1 from Shveskova.
Lewis, as this tournament's gone on, has made a few adjustments to her swing. Before last night, about midway through the game, she started to keep her hands higher. Earlier in the tournament, she kept them really low by her shoulder. Now starting higher.
And that does what for her?
And so if you're facing a rise ball, it's going to help you get on top of the rise ball. It also eliminates the extra movement. She was starting down and then having to push up and then go forward into her swing. Now she can go straight into her turn, get barrel on ball faster.
1-2 is the count for Shveskova. Skied out to left field and caught by Eliška Kotizova.
Good job there by Shveskova, just working the inner half of the plate. You could tell last inning she was a little frustrated not being able to get those balls low in the zone, but she's made a good adjustment, bringing it up just a little bit.
You didn't have to learn as much of this kind of the routine after outs behind the plate, did you? I mean, we kind of see that, especially from outfielders and infielders. There's a lot going on. It's almost like handshakes with everybody. Fielded over at second by Barankova, and there's 2 outs.
No, I actually kind of envied it a little bit. You'd be like, oh man, look at how fun that is. But I had a job. I had to come out from behind the dish, make sure everybody knew where they were going the next play, make sure I'm communicating with my pitcher. Didn't quite have time for all the little fun handshakes.
You're saying you were doing more, essentially.
Had to get the pitch call, had to see who's coming up to bat.
Ava Brock coming up to bat for Delaware, watches the first pitch low for ball 1. When does it happen? When do all the routines start? Is that like after practice, you stick around in the early stages of a season, you kind of learn all that?
I think it just like is a natural development as the season goes on. You make it out, you turn around, you're like, oh, you know what, that'd be fun. Your first scrimmage as a team, you start kind of playing around with it. I know home run celebrations. I've been on a few teams where we've practiced the home run celebrations that we're all in sync. We all know what we're doing. That way it looks cooler on TV.
Hard hit, foul ball. It's a 1-2 count to Ava Brock. I feel like lately we've seen, like the last few years, you'll see some of the choreographed dances like on the football side that they'll actually practice in the week leading up to games and have them ready. Makes
it fun. Gives you something to look forward to. You're just like hoping and praying somebody hits a home run, not just for the extra runs, but also so you get to do the cool celebration.
Popped up on the infield. Who's going to take control? It'll be the third baseman, Friedlova, and it's a 1-2-3 second inning. And actually, it's 6 straight retired for Nella Shveskova. Czechia leads Delaware by 2 after 2 innings. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Czechia, 1 run, no hits for Delaware so far. Obviously, Delaware and Michigan being last year's championship game, having a number of familiar faces on those teams returning. They were always going to be the teams to beat. It has not been easy for them, especially today. Michigan got all they wanted and then some from the Philippines, winning just 1-0. Even last night against Pennsylvania, they held Michigan to just 4 runs. Michigan's pitchers have been what has stepped up lately.
And I think when you've been there in that championship game before, there's a bigger target on your back. So when teams are preparing, wow, what a great changeup there by Sierra Lewis. But when teams are preparing, they're circling you. They're paying more attention to how you've gotten there, what they need to do to beat you.
0-2, off speed, back to back. Sierra Lewis gave up a double to Yadelska, her first time up, said not again.
And that is just a nasty pitch. It's almost like a knuckleball. This is a changeup. Look at the down movement. By the time Yadelska is swinging, that pitch is already moving down and out of the zone. Beautiful spot for another strikeout.
Almost looked like it waited for the swing to dip right below the barrel.
She told the ball beforehand, wait a little bit and then go down.
Just flipped a little switch. Johanna Slavikova. Hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored the 3rd run in the first inning. Popped up behind the plate and caught for the 2nd out.
Good job there by Sophia Bowen, and you could hear Jordan Bowe and Carly Kruger all communicating with her, letting her know where this ball is, where she needs to go. Look at her, and also showing off the cannon after the strikeout there. There's the catch. You can see her all smiles. Good communication, though, by the infield.
Bounced in by Lewis, just lost the handle on that pitch. Ball 1 to Marketa Shvetsova. Strike 1 on the inside corner from Lewis. Starting to just really dial it in after that shaky first inning. Got it going in the 2nd and even better here in the 3rd.
And her command has gotten better. Her misses are closer. She's moving in that changeup even better this time around. So now as a hitter, you can't just sit there and take as much. You have to be more aggressive because she's pounding the zone.
One-two count. Ground ball in the infield for Brock. On the run, makes a nice play. 1-2-3 in the inning for Sierra Lewis and company. Delaware coming up. 9-1-2 will come to the plate.
Or you're back to the top.
We have a dogfight here, but for Michigan last game, it was all Addie Taylor in the circle. She was incredible. 5 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed, 2 walks. She shut down the Philippines in what was a pitcher's duel, and Michigan goes to the championship game, 1-0 win over the Philippines.
Taylor not used to the lack of run support, but that just shows you how deep Michigan is. They can beat you with the bats. They can beat you in the circle. The defense has been unbelievable. They await the winner of this game. 3 Eastern on ESPN Plus tomorrow in the championship of the Senior League Softball World Series. The Central Region representatives trying to go back-to-back. Will it be Czechia or will it be Delaware for the rematch? 3rd inning of work for Nela Shveskova. What'd you like about her 1-2-3 in the 2nd inning?
I think she adjusted well. I talked about it in the 1st inning. It seemed like she was frustrated that she wasn't getting those pitches down in the zone for strikes, but she adjusted last inning, brought things a little higher up, used some more of her spin, and got some pop-ups.
She's having a little trouble with her footing out in front of the rubber on those last couple pitches. Facing Sophia Bowen. (2-0). Swings through it for strike 1. Sophia's favorite player, her brother Tyler, currently with the Single-A affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies. Dad Jeff Bowen is the dugout coach for this Delaware team. (2-2).
And that's the adjustment I'm talking about right there. Just instead of going to that down and in pitch, now she's relying on her rise ball more, which has a lot more spin on it as well.
Swings through it. Strike 3 and strikeout number 2 for Shveskova.
Once again, it's just a really beautiful rise ball here. She's going to get underneath, pull up on that pitch. You can see the rotation. By the time Bowen swings, she's way underneath.
9:30. They don't want it high.
Journey Hearn back to the top of the order for Delaware. Walked and scored the lone run in the game for them. That is up and in. She was hit a couple times yesterday. For Delaware, it was a 10-0 win in 6 innings against Hawaii last night. I think their most impressive outing of the week, though, was against the Philippines. 12-1. They beat that team. It was the only loss for the Philippines in pool play. They've scored 9 or more runs in 4 of the 5 games they've played in.
And we just saw the Philippines and what they can do in the circle. For them, it was Gonzalez had 11 strikeouts against Michigan. So for Delaware to be able to put up those kinds of numbers against that pitching staff, that's really impressive.
Hearn ahead 2-1. Saw 11 pitches in her first at bat. Just misses ball 3. Hearn takes ball 4.
And that's that low pitch. You can tell by the look on Shveskova's face that she did not like that miss. She wanted that pitch call, and that's what she started this game off with, that down in the zone pitch. Umpire wanting it a little bit higher.
Adeline Lutz just 1 out. Hearn, tons of speed on first base. Lutz swinging at the first pitch. That'll get out of here for a foul ball. Feels like we've seen Adeline Lutz do just about everything with the bat. She's hit the ball to the wall a couple times, hit the ball over the wall once. She's driven in 4. She's got tremendous speed. Has scored 11 times for Delaware. Ground ball left side. They will go to second for the force. There's a nice job to recover that ball, or to catch that ball, I should say, by Barankova. That could have gone into right field.
But a smart play by Anna Friedlova, knowing that she has to get the speedy Hearn at second base for the lead runner. This ball is smoked, a one-hopper, a really good recovery by Barankova, then a good hustle. You can see Slavikova going down there, making sure that that ball doesn't get too far away.
Carly Kruger at the plate. Lifted into left field, shallow, that's gonna drop. Lutz will hold at second. And Delaware in business with 2 outs. And maybe their top hitter coming to the plate.
The RBI leader in this tournament, Kimora Harris, but now a good job by Carly Kruger getting her hands inside, especially with 2 outs. You can tell Lutz is on the move. She doesn't hesitate. She's in there in scoring position now for the RBI leader.
Kimora Harris, first pitch, she was ready to go, but fouls it off for strike one. Shveskova got her to ground out softly, right back to her the first time at the plate. You could hear Adeline Lutz say, best hitter up there, let's go. 0-1. Again, fouled off, and Shveskova is in the driver's seat. She has struck out 2, 23 strikeouts in just over 17 innings pitched.
And you can tell Harris is just way out in front. She is really early right now off Shveskova. If I were her in the circle, I'd probably stay down in the zone or go to that changeup.
See what she tries. Being outside on this pitch. And that is just tipped by Harris. Clint Lutz calls time. He wants to talk to Kimora Harris real quick.
And if I were Clint Lutz, I'd be telling her, think opposite field, think right field gap. Try to let that ball travel a little bit more. She's just so out in front. She's taking these huge hacks, but she's just early.
Still the 0-2 count in the favor of Nella Shveskova. Trying to strand a pair in the third. Swing and a miss. Shveskova got her for strikeout number 3.
Shveskova going up in the zone with this rise ball, gets underneath. That is her best pitch, and she shows it right there. Czechia looking to tack some more on when we come back.
Follow the amazing kids as they experience their own Little League World Series adventure. Download the Little League World Series app and watch highlights, photos, see schedules, and more. Available in the app stores for both Apple and Android devices. Back-to-back scoreless innings for Sierra Lewis in the circle. Gave up 3 in the first, but has locked it down. Went 1, 2, 3 through the Czechia order in the third. That was their 3, 4, and 5 hole. This is to the shortstop. Harris fumbled it just a little bit. That was going to be a really tough play with Kotizova's speed, and she is aboard to lead off the fourth.
And you could tell Eliška Kotizova was just a little bit late on that pitch, but it worked to her advantage. She gets jammed up and hits this hard enough to get past Bo, but soft enough to where those bounces eat up Harris at shortstop.
And will go down as an infield single for Kotizova. First pitch swinging for Ringlerova. She grounded out to Lewis. Actually, that is going to be an error on the shortstop. Bunted out in front of home plate. Successful sacrifice for Ringlerova, and there is one away.
And that's exactly what you need to do in a game like this. Low scoring. The pitchers have been stepping up, and so you have to put runners in scoring position any way you can, and that's a perfectly executed sacrifice bunt by Anna Ringlerova.
Ball 1 to Fribova. Grounded out to Ava Brock at second base to lead off the second inning. This is where Czechia can finally get over the hump against a Delaware or a Michigan, which is what some of these teams have struggled to do. The teams that have stuck with them, you're just waiting for that moment. For the Philippines, obviously didn't score. You're just thinking, you've got to get one because Michigan's offense is eventually going to come alive, which it ended up not doing. It's the same thing here with Delaware. You just feel like 3 is not enough. So when you had the opportunities, you've got to find a way to scrape across another run or two.
Absolutely, and because Delaware's offense is so potent, 1 through 9, you have to account for, as we get later in the game and your pitcher starts to get more and more fatigued, you have to put up some help, put up some offensive numbers to make her feel more confident and comfortable in the circle.
Anna Friedlova is the 9-hole hitter for Czechia. Swing and a miss at the first pitch for strike 1. Walked her first trip to the plate. Runner on third is Eliška Kotizova. One-two count for Sierra Lewis, trying to make it 3 consecutive scoreless innings in the circle for Delaware. Came in with a 2.21 ERA in 19 innings pitched. She has started every game this week. This is the 6th start in as many days. Just missed.
What a spot by Sierra Lewis, right at the knees, right down the middle. I'm not sure where that one missed. That's a great pitch.
Three-two, and now Friedlova trying to turn it over to the top of the order with a couple on and 2 away. Three-two pitch, fights it off. is low for ball 4.
Good at bat there by Friedlova, especially in this situation too, getting another runner on, putting some more pressure on Delaware, but also rolling the lineup over back to the top with Johanna Barankova.
Barankova has an infield single and a sacrifice bunt in the game. The runner takes second. Delaware lets her have it.
And so because the middle infielders are in due to Barankova's speed, she's a slapper. She puts down that bunt, so second base is in, shortstop's in. There's nobody to cover that bag for the throwdown.
It's just such a tough out. Anything in play. And the infield is going to be hustling to get her out with the speed that she has at the top of this order. Outfield way in too. Just taps it foul to stay alive. Still an 0-2 count to the leadoff hitter with a .400 on base percentage this week. Outside, good discipline on that pitch.
And she knows her plan. Her plan is to put the ball on the ground somewhere. So for her, it's not to her benefit to swing at those balls high in the zone. She wants something lower that she can drive into the ground.
There it is, left side. Bo is on it though. Great play over at third base to stay down on that ball for out number 3. Delaware strands a pair. They are coming up next, 5, 6, 7. .920 local time here in Frankfort, Delaware, moving into the middle part of the second semifinal of the day. Czechia and Delaware, the host of the Senior League Softball World Series, looking to make it back-to-back trips to the championship, where Michigan awaits last year's winners. First pitch is low to start the inning. Nela Shveskova, the Czechia pitcher, has done a really nice job with this Delaware lineup, has worked around a couple problems, 3 walks mainly, only 1 hit allowed, and 3 strikeouts.
And I think her spin rate is deceptive. A lot of these Delaware hitters are caught out in front there early, and to me that says that out of the hand they think it's going to be faster, but because of her spin rate, comes out a little slower.
This is in foul territory, and it will get down. Claudia Shobilova gave it a look out in right field. Emma Jackson struck out looking her first time up. Ground ball right side. And there's one away. Barankova handling it at second base.
And again, just the timing piece. You can tell Emma Jackson not quite on time for that pitch. Rolls over, and Barankova makes a clean play.
The pitcher, Sierra Lewis, would love to help her own cause. Delaware has had 5 runners reach base. Or I should say 4 runners have reached base, 3 walks and a single. And then the RBI sacrifice by Kruger, another quality at bat. That was all in the top 3 batters. So 1 through 3 have reached a combined 4 times. 4 through 9 are 0 for so far for Delaware.
And all the strikeouts are within that 4 through 9 as well. They're struggling to see her spin at the bottom of the order.
Lewis, that is off the end of the bat, nasty spin, and that's just a heads-up play by Barankova. One to be there and then to take it herself.
Big smile on her face there. That one goes off the very end of Lewis's bat. This one has so much spin. By the time it gets to Ringlarova, it just takes a sharp turn. But the speed of Barankova, she's right there and handles it.
Not a lot of 4 unassisted ground balls, I don't think.
No.
2 outs for Jordan Bowe. Strike 1, she grounded out to Johanna Barankova, her first time to the plate. Bowe in the air to left center field. Fribova over to make the catch. 1, 2, 3 for the second time in the game for Nella Shveskova through this Delaware order, and we are going to the 5th.
And we're at the top of the 5th inning, but let's take a look back at the first inning, how we got here. It's Bara Yadelska, this big double RBI. Now we're getting a rundown. A lot of the base running. Barankova showing off her speed. And then here we've got Marketa Shvetsova, another RBI single. And that's where we are, 3-1, top of the 5th.
Base running key early on for Czechia. We'll have a pinch hitter lead off this inning instead of Claudia Shabilova, who was 0 for 2. It will be Angela Yarotkova. She is a voice actor and a singer. Sang the Czech national anthem at a few of their games this year. Second youngest of 4 kids in her family. She is a snowboarder, and her favorite athlete fits that. Ester Ledecka, a gold medal winning skier and snowboarder from the Czech Republic. Might have fouled that off herself, and it's an 0-2 count.
I'd love to hear a little bit of her singing voice. Maybe we can get her in the booth here, hear what she's got.
Did you sing with her?
Nobody wants that.
Okay. Count is 1-2. After that first inning, Sierra Lewis has given up just 2 walks. This is softly hit over to Kimora Harris at short, 1 out.
It almost feels like Lewis is throwing harder as this game goes on. You can tell the hitters for Czechia continue to be late. A lot of them getting jammed up or off the end of their bat. The timing just not there, but I think it is because Sierra Lewis is starting to throw with a little bit more heat.
4 1/3, 3 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Lewis. Ball 1 to Bara Yadelska. Now a pair of doubles this week and 3 RBIs. She has scored 8 times for the Czech Republic, who have scored 35 runs. Now in their 6th game through the left side. Man, that was great bat control, and it gets under the legs of Jackson in left. And it's going to be 3 bases for Yadelska.
Yadelska seeing the ball so well today. Had that double earlier. Now she's going to go to the slap. She drives this the opposite way and gets underneath the glove of Jackson. And Yadelska not stopping. She is hustling, picking up her coach, knowing that she can make it to third. Now Czechia has got a runner 60 feet away.
Johanna Slavíková takes the first one low. The runner didn't get a good read on it and stays put at third. Slavíková hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Popped up to the catcher the last time at the plate. Clint Lutz wants to talk things over with Sierra Lewis real quick. This is that spot that we were talking about last inning for Czechia. You got a runner at third with 1 out. This has to be insurance against the dangerous Delaware offense.
And for Delaware against Shvetskova, on the other side of things, it's really just timing. They're doing a good job of seeing pitches, getting the pitches they want, but it's only a matter of time before somebody gets on time with her pitches. So you're exactly right. For Czechia, you need to put more runs up on the board.
Slavíková in a 1-0 count. Two and 0. Inside, I think that hit her. That did. Slavíková on for the second time via hit by pitch.
Ouch. This one looks like it just runs inside and maybe gets a piece of that back elbow. And of course, you have the elbow guard on that front one. Just her luck gets some of that back forearm. That hurts.
They will run for her over at first base. I believe it is Tereza Vimrova on first to run. How will Czechia play this? We've seen a first and third work to their favor earlier in this game.
I think number one, you have to read the middle infield, see where Harris and Brock set up, and that tells you who's going to take the bag on a throw if they're trying to do a cut play. But I think you have to run, force them to try to make extra throws, and if they don't, you get a free base.
Felt like Wojtek Kasper was pretty clearly explaining what he wanted from Vimrova over there at second. It almost seemed like you're saying if they throw down, you come back and get yourself in a rundown. Completely guessing at that, but just from the body language, she did go around on that pitch. Czechia didn't think so. Marketa Shvetsova is the hitter.
Shvetsova, I definitely think she held up on that one, and you could see the shock on her face after that call.
She took a big cut there and fouled that off. She's got to lock in and an 0-2 count. Czechia has not tried anything in this first and third situation yet. (0-2) from Lewis. Inside, ball one. The runner will take second. That eliminates the force play at second base. And now two in scoring position for the dangerous Shvetsova.
And you could tell Bowen behind the plate was really trying to work the frame there. She was looking for the strikeout, not really worrying about that runner getting to second base.
Time is called. Inside, oh, strike three.
And Shvetsova is just shocked by that one, but Sierra Lewis is gonna run this screwball inside. A good job by Sophia Bowen behind the plate, pulling that across for the strikeout.
That is a massive strikeout for Sierra Lewis, her fourth in the game. That is off the handle, fouled out of play by Eliška Kotizova. She's 0 for 2, but reached on an error and got stranded on third base last inning. We are in the fifth. Delaware trailing by 2. Haven't lost this week. 5-0. Big home crowd behind them. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Big moment here for Delaware, trying to keep Czechia off the board. Can Sierra Lewis get big time back-to-back strikeouts?
(0-2) to Kotizova. Ground ball left side right on the line, but it was foul ball. And I think Czechia is just now finding that out. And I do see Jitka Horova, their manager at third base, is kind of nodding. I think she knew it was as well. Saves 2 runs. That throw went over the head of the first baseman, but it was in foul territory.
And a good effort by Jordan Bowe. And now you kind of know what to expect out of the bat of Kotizova. Pulling a ball over there. If you're Jordan Bowe, you have to be ready for another one possibly coming your way.
(1-2) the count. Ground ball under the glove of Harris. 1 run scores. They hold the other at third. And there is the insurance Czechia has been looking for.
And you could tell Kotizova just got better and better every swing that she took in that at bat. She got closer and closer to being on time, and finally on this one, she gets her barrel out there and smokes it Watch her bat path, just so smooth, not trying to do too much, smokes it right underneath the glove of Kamora Harris, and that's another run for Czechia.
Strike one on the inside corner to Anna Ringlerova. Had a sack bunt her last trip to the plate. Reaches out on the infield, long run, and a nice catch to keep that off the dirt by Harris. That saves a run. It would have been a really tough play to make if she would have let that bounce. But Czechia does get one back, and it's a 3-run lead.
And Kamora Harris has to run a long way for this one, and she lays it all on the line, saving a run for Delaware.
Angela Yarodkova will stay in right field for Czechia after coming in to hit last inning for Shabilova. Czechia is up 3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Delaware's offense only able to muster 1 run, and it came back in the first inning against Nela Shvetskova. Only 1 hit for Delaware in the game. Also uncharacteristic defense from them. They've committed 3 errors to this point. Ava Brock, Sophia Bowen, and Journey Hearn, 8-9-1 coming up for Delaware.
And for Delaware, you need these next 2 batters to get on. You need them to roll the lineup over back to the top and set it up for some of your top hitters.
3-0 to start things off. Shveskova walked the first 2 batters of the game, but has retired 12 of the last 14. The 2 that reached were a walk and a single, both in the 3rd inning. But she stranded a pair on the bases in that frame. Strike 1 in the 3-0 count. Ball 4.
Big at bat there now for Delaware. Runner on. Sophia Bowen coming up next, and then you head right back up to the dangerous part of their lineup.
That is the first batter 4 through 9 to have reached for Delaware in the game. So Ava Brock on first, Sophia Bowen at the plate. Struck out swinging her first time up. Lays down the bunt out in front of home plate. A low throw, it's going to go into right field. And that is Czechia's first mistake in the game. 2 on with nobody out here in the 5th.
And you could tell the communication piece between Shveskova and Ringlerova, the first baseman. This is a really good bunt laid down by Sophia Bowen. It's just that communication piece. If you're the first baseman, you have to take this ball so that your pitcher doesn't have to make an extra throw. A really good job, though, by the new right fielder, Yurokova, being there and backing that up.
They're going to pinch run for Sophia Bowen at first base. It will be Autumn Willie running. Entire Czechia team is in the circle talking things over in a 1st and 3rd situation. The tying run is coming to the plate, and we are back to the top of the Delaware order.
And I'm sure they're especially talking about what to do with this 1st and 3rd. Do you go for a sure out? Do you try to just make sure you get the runner going from 1st and 2nd? If she goes, do you keep a runner from scoring and play maybe a cut? Do you go straight to 3rd? There's a bunch of different options. It just depends on how you play it, and because you're up by 3, you have some options.
Top of the order. Yesterday, Delaware's 1 through 5 spots had 8 hits and scored 6 runs. Tonight, just 1 hit and 1 run, but they have been the main contributors against Shveskova. And we're ready to go. Journey Hearn has walked twice. Strike 1, runner goes. The throw down, and it looks like Czechia just wants an out, and they will take it. So they trade a run for an out. Delaware cuts the lead to 2.
And I think that's the right call, honestly, just trying to get outs, especially at this part of the lineup. Now there's nobody on for the top of this lineup. I'd rather play that game and get a sure out than try to have a cut play happen, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
Yeah, it does almost feel like a fresh start now, and you already have 1 out. You almost feel like you have a head start in this inning a little bit. Obviously, Delaware's happy they got a run back. The other side of it would be that it is the top of your order, and so to give away an out maybe takes the bat out of a Kimora Harris's hand if you fall 1 batter short. Out straight back, 1-2. I think it just goes to show how Czechia is coached, though, too. I mean, this is a disciplined ball club that said, we are fine with that. The shortstop didn't even look at the runner coming home. They knew it was all about the out.
That was the play all along, and it also just goes to show how important that last run was, last inning, for Czechia to get one across.
Swing and a miss. And Shveskova rewards that decision with a strikeout of Journey Hearn.
Shveskova once again going to this rise ball up in the zone. This is such a nasty pitch, but what I love about this is the play before. That 1st and 3rd just showed so much trust in her as a pitcher, being able to give up a run for an out, and then she goes out there and executes her job. Now it's 2 outs.
Strike 1. Shveskova is locking it in right now. Adeline Lutz is the hitter, trying to give a chance to Carly Kruger with a runner on. Lutz has walked and reached on a fielder's choice and been stranded in scoring position twice in this game. Feels like every at-bat for Delaware is so valuable right now. You're in a spot right now where if Adeline Lutz or Carly Kruger, if somebody can't get on in this next inning, you only have 6 outs to work with. You have 7 right now, but there's a world where you don't necessarily guarantee yourself getting back to the top of the order in this game.
That is a for sure possibility if you don't start passing the bat down. And I think that has to be the mindset, knowing that you're down by 2. You have to pass the bat. It's not about one big swing. You can't win it with a home run with nobody else on.
I say that in part because only 1 runner is reached in that 4 through 9 still. It was a walk by Ava Brock to start this inning. 3-1. Ground ball, hard hit, that's gonna get through. A very important base hit for Adeline Lutz. Not just to keep the line moving, but they can score in bunches no matter how many outs in the inning. This is the perfect spot in their order.
And that was just a really mature at bat too by Adeline Lutz. She gets this pitch up in the zone, keeps her hands high, knowing that Shveskova is gonna go to that rise ball, gets on top of it, and now she's on base.
You just tell her IQ really high in this sport, as it should be. I mentioned the Lutz family and their tradition themselves in fast pitch softball. Carly Kruger is the batter, 1 for 2 with a single. Actually, she's 1 for 1 with a single and a sacrifice fly. That is ball 1 high. Tying run at the plate, and they can put it over the wall. Kruger, Harris, Jackson in the hole. This is it to deep right center field, carrying and just beyond the reach of the center fielder, Fribova. 1 run's gonna score, and it's an RBI double for Carly Kruger. Delaware within 1.
Kruger once again coming up clutch. She has been their RBI producer today. They are relying on her this time. This pitch, it's another rise ball up in the zone. She goes up with it, sends it into the air and just out of the reach of Fribova in center field. Now this is a 1-run game.
Adeline Lutz plays with so much passion. Saw it yesterday on a play where she hit it down the left field line and turned on the jets to get to third and flew into the base. Kimora Harris made a couple defensive miscues, which have been a rarity this week for her. She'd love to come through here. Kruger on second is the tying run. Harris drives into center! See you later!
And you can just feel the energy in this ballpark right now. Everybody is on their feet cheering for Kimora Harris, the leading hitter of this tournament so far, and she shows it right there with a big-time swing to put Delaware ahead. That could not have come in a more clutch situation for Kimora Harris.
Absolutely a no-doubter.
Once again, this is a rise ball up in the zone, but she stays so flat. She knows it right off the bat. This was well over the wall, just stays on time, on plane, and smokes this ball over the center field fence.
Third of the week, 14 RBIs now for Harris in just 6 games. Delaware in front, 5-4. And a pitching change for Czechia. Lucy Halamkova will come into this game to replace Nela Shveskova. who was an out away from keeping that to just a one-run inning. Two-run inning, I should say. Instead, her night is done. Khalamkova is in.
Khalamkova gonna be fairly similar, but she's gonna mix speeds a little bit more. She has 3 different speeds. She has her fast rise ball, an off-speed rise, and that changeup. And I think this is a good decision, knowing that it was just a matter of time before Delaware caught up to Shveskova's speed. And you could tell in that inning they were on time. So now trying to change it up with Khalamkova.
Emma Jackson, nobody on, 2 outs. Loops one fouled on the left field line, 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out looking and grounded out. Went from the conversation about Delaware needing to just keep passing the bats and maximize the opportunities for the top of this order to them now thinking, oh, we need 6 outs and we won't have to come up in the 7th inning. We've seen more offense in this game like we thought we would, but these pitchers have done a really nice job for the most part.
With the offensive production that we've seen from these teams, I expected this to be a very high-scoring game, and especially for Delaware. Wow, that was a big-time strikeout there for Khalamkova. A good changeup right there, but still it was Kimora Harris coming up clutch for her team. She's gonna get this rise ball in the top of the zone, stay perfectly on plane, and she knows it right off the bat. She's fired up, and she gave her team the lead.
Kimora Harris, a 2-run blast in every sense of the word to put Delaware in front of Czechia 5-4. And now Sierra Lewis and company need 6 outs to go back to the championship against Michigan tomorrow.
She absolutely got every part of that ball. That was well over the left center fence and couldn't have come at a better time.
Kimora Harris hitting .476 this tournament, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. You just can't get her out. She can run, she's got power. Ground ball right side. Fielded cleanly by Brock, and there's one away.
And momentum is such a huge thing in this sport, and you can already feel after that big home run by Harris, the energy is all for Delaware right now between the dugouts, the fans. You can just feel the momentum swinging to their side.
Just to be in front of your hometown, too. I mean, this is some small towns in Delaware that have come together to support these young ladies, and they have come in numbers. You would imagine if they move on to tomorrow, that game is going to be even more packed. It seems like every night we have Delaware, you look around the outfield, there's more and more spots filled. There's more chairs lined up down the lines. The bleachers have been packed the whole time. These kids are hanging on the fence, looking over down both sides of the field, right and left field line. Maybe some future players in this game. Just missing on the 0-2 outside. Anna Friedlova is the hitter for Czechia. Ball high for ball 2. Their manager Jitka Horova said this is one of the highest achievements in youth softball in the Czech Republic. Some of these players have already experienced the World Series. They take great pride in representing the Czech Republic here. Fouled away. Horova said the World Series is pretty well covered by the Czech media too. The players know that the young players back home are keeping an eye on this and looking up to them. A lot of these players members of the U18 national team program in Czechia. A lot of their sisters, as we've mentioned, are members of the U22 team. So likely, as the years go on, if you follow international softball, the Olympics coming up in 2028, a lot of these players are probably have those aspirations.
Absolutely, and just with how big softball is over there, one of the big things that they mentioned was that they have to compete for everything. And that's a big time walk drawn by Friedlova. They have to compete for everything, so they are used to having their backs up against the walls. They're a team that never gives up. So I would not expect them to roll over in this situation.
Back to the top of the order with a runner on first and one out. Johanna Barankova is the hitter. Takes strike one outside. The throw down is close but safe. As the base dislodges from second, but she did hit it before the tag. Clint Lutz might want to talk this over. Thought it looked live, like she might have got in there.
It's a good throw by Bowen behind the plate. To me, definitely looks like that right foot gets in there. Right there, you can see her toe hit before the glove. And because these are breakaway bases and the base moves, just because she wasn't on the base after, that does not matter.
Runner in scoring position now for Barankova. It is high for ball 1. 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter. Great back control. We've seen that in this game.
And the infield, including the outfield, everybody is playing in on her right now, expecting her to go to that slap, potentially a bunt. And now the problem is you don't give a lot of room to yourselves. If she pokes something into a gap, she can run.
If she barreled something up into left center field, it would be on. 2-2. Sierra Lewis is battling, longest outing of the week for her. 5 1/3. Strike three on the outside corner. Great location.
And to one of the best hitters in this lineup, Sierra Lewis steps up. She is gritty. She's going to go to this rise ball in the outer corner. And Sophia Bowen doing a great job of getting out and around that pitch. And that's a big-time strikeout for Sierra Lewis.
Angela Yarotkova is the hitter. Takes strike one on the inside corner. She came into this game back in the 5th to hit for Claudia Shabilova. Kind of hit a looping line drive of sorts to the shortstop. Second trip to the plate in as many innings to face Sierra Lewis. Tying run at second base. How many opportunities will Czechia have? I don't think there's any secret either. If Delaware gets through this, Sierra Lewis will be back on the rubber to start tomorrow's game against Michigan. It would be hard to imagine she wouldn't be, having started the first 6 games this week.
She's their veteran, their ace. She's been out there. She's been in these situations before.
One, two. Ground ball back to Lewis. Nice job fielding her position. Delaware 3 outs away. They'll get a chance for insurance though first in the bottom of the 6th.
For your Capital in the top of the 6th inning. No run.
Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. We expect a lot of these folks to be back tomorrow if it is in fact Delaware in that championship game. Sierra Lewis leads it off 6-7-8 for Delaware here in the bottom of the 6th against Lucy Halamkova. One. Delaware's lowest run total this week came against Brazil, 6-5. Brazil had the winning run on second base, tying run on third in the bottom of the 7th, unable to get them across against Sierra Lewis and Delaware.
And especially knowing that Czechia has the heart of their lineup, their top hitters coming up next. If you're Delaware, you have to put some insurance on the board.
2-2. Delaware has won 9-5 over Pennsylvania, 12-2 over Texas, 6-5 over Brazil, and then a couple big wins, 12-1 over the Philippines and 10-0 over Hawaii last night in the quarterfinals. This is the closest game they have played. They've never trailed, despite the fact that they only beat Brazil by 1. This has been the most stressful evening of their week.
And they've done a really good job of staying calm, staying collected, chipping away slowly but surely, and continuing to have confidence in themselves.
Ground ball left side, scooped up by Friedlova, and there's one away.
Halamkova, you can already tell that she has just so much spin on her ball. It's a little bit slower than we saw from Nela Shveskova, but it's at 3 different speeds. She'll work in that off-speed rise ball along with her regular off-speed, and it makes it difficult as a batter to differentiate the two.
Swings through that first pitch for strike 1. Jordan Bowe 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out and a fly out. Dream job is to be an athletic director. Oh, rips this into center field. That's down for a base hit. Her best swing of the evening.
And this one, Halamkova not able to fool Jordan Bowe. She is perfectly on time for this. Gets her front foot down, stays really low in her legs, and gets herself a beautiful line drive up the middle. And Delaware's got a runner on.
We're gonna do a pinch runner over at first base for Bowe. 1 out in the inning. Ava Brock is going to come to the plate.
Now we got a special pinch runner, Chloe Tung, #1.
Chloe Tung is going to run over at first for Delaware. 16 years old from Georgetown, Delaware. Her favorite athlete is the Texas Tech two-way star Caitlin Terry.
And now coming to bat, second baseman Ava Brock.
Ava Brock at the plate. The 8-hole walked and scored the first run of that 4-run 5th inning that changed this game. High and away for ball 1. Is low, ball 2, hitters count here. Taking all the way for strike 1.
Good spot there by Halamkova. I would stick there. I would stay in that lower outer edge of the plate and then try to bust these hitters up and in when she can.
You said it, Czechia's in a good spot in their order. They don't want any additional runs. This is driven to left center field, off the fence. Extra bases, the reload throw coming to third quickly. It's a double for Ava Brock, a couple big ABs for her in the last 2 innings.
And you could tell Halamkova tried to go low in the zone again, but this time inside, and Ava Brock is ready for it. She drops her bat head down underneath this ball and just barely misses a home run. A good job by the outfielder, Alishka Kotizova, to get that in quickly and save a run.
Second and third for Sophia Bowen. We talked about the bottom of this order hadn't done much. Can't say that anymore. Kimora Harris, we are categorizing it as 1 through 3 and then 4 through 9. She hit the 2-run home run. Now we've got back-to-back base hits here at the bottom of the order in the 7-8 holes. Sophia Bowen, 2 runners in scoring position, just 1 out. Infield in for Czechia. Bounced in and blocked up by Slavíková.
Good job there by Slavíková. If that gets away, that's a potential run. And at this moment in time, Czechia cannot afford to give up any more runs.
(2-0) from Halamkova. One count. Top of the Delaware order is on deck with Journey Hearn.
This is a big pitch for Halamkova in the circle. She has to be able to pound the zone here. You do not want to turn this over with only 1 out to the top of this Delaware lineup.
3-1 from Halamkova. Ball 4, bases are loaded.
The bottom of this order for Delaware has just stepped up big time for them. A single, a double, and now a walk to load the bases for Journey Hearn at the top of their order.
The bottom 3 in the order were 0 for 4 to start the game. Since then, they have reached 4 of the 5 times they've come to the plate, including 3 straight in this inning. Ball 1 to Journey Hearn. Two walks and a strikeout for Hearn in the game. Ground ball in the infield, fielded by the pitcher. She comes home. The throw to first, that was dangerous. And it was a nice play by Ringlerova over at first to step in and grab that ball that nearly went into right field.
Really, really big out for Czechia right there, and a good job by Halamkova fielding her position. This is a hard hit ball right back at her, a 1-hopper. She's gonna move to her left, make a good throw, and then you could tell Journey Hearn running up the line kind of slowed up a little bit, so that's why Slavíková decided to make that throw.
First pitch strike to Adeline Lutz. You know she wants this moment, plays with so much fire. 0-1, she was ready, lifts it to right center, it gets by, and this is gonna clear the bases. Lutz racing around second, she wants 3, it's a bases clearing triple.
And Adeline Lutz has just broken this game wide open. She has had great at-bats all day, and she finally gets this pitch down in the zone. This is at her shins. She stays down in her legs, drives it opposite field underneath the glove of Yurikova in right field. And this is gonna clear the bases. Once again, just doing the little things right, staying inside the ball, driving it. And you can see her passion. She wants to get to third base for her team, and once she gets there, she is all celebration on third base.
Carly Kruger swings at the first pitch. This was a 4-1 game. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Delaware scored 4 in that inning. They've scored 3 more here. 8-4 their lead. Is blocked up by Slavikova.
And here's the passion we were talking about. She dives in, and then she is just fired up for her team. Showing off the Delaware on her chest, screaming for her teammates. And then the high five with her dad at third base too. What a moment.
I have to imagine that comes from somewhere. Thinking dad was a pretty fiery player in his day.
How could you not get fired up after that, though? Bases clearing triple? Yeah, fire me up.
Ground ball right side, that will do it for the inning. Czechia has found themselves in a 4-run hole. They're in a good spot in their order. 3, 4, 5 coming up, but Clint Lutz and Delaware closing in on the championship yet again. Kimora Harris, the biggest swing in the game, a 2-run shot to flip the score from 4-3 to 5-3. She had some early mistakes in this game, but bounced back really well.
She made 2 errors in the field for Delaware leading up to this, but bounced back, made a good diving catch, also had a strikeout in this game, but it's about recovering. You are going to fail in this sport, but it's how do you bounce back, and Kimora Harris bounced back in a big way for her team.
8-4 the score now. 4 runs in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. It's just what Delaware can do. Michigan awaits the winner. Sierra Lewis is 3 outs away from taking Delaware back to a game that they lost to Michigan last year 10-0. They were no hit in that game. So you know there's a lot of motivation for the returners on this Delaware team. They returned 7 starters from last year. Bara Yadelska leads off for Czechia. It's a 1-1 count. They have other plans. Can they mount a comeback here in the 7th? This team played their region, the Europe and Africa region tournament in Italy. It went 6-1 with a loss to the host Italian team on Saturday of the event. They turned around about 12 hours later and beat that same team in the championship to get here. There were 2 teams from Italy, 1 from the Netherlands in the region. They flew through Amsterdam to get to the U.S. 1-2 from Lewis. Off speed stays high.
And if anybody's going to get a rally going for Czechia, it's Bára Jedelská. She has squared up the ball twice already this game, once via the slap, once via swinging away. So this is the person for them.
The next 3 batters in the order have all reached at least once. Three-two count. How do you approach it? Like, what's the mindset? What were you taught in college, in the pros? Like, how do you get back in a game like this when you only have 3 outs to work with?
Do the little things right. Be willing to take the walk when it's given to you. Try not to take too big of a swing. You almost have to go to a 2-strike approach right out the bat because you're just trying to put the ball in play hard.
Just like that, through the left side, a leadoff single for Jedelská.
That's exactly it. Try not to do anything too much. Just try to pass the bat. It's going to take a bunch of singles, a bunch of quality at bats, not just one big swing.
Now here's the catcher, Johanna Slavíková.
Johanna Slavíková, the catcher, stepping in. Hit by a pitch twice in this game. Is 0 for 1 with a pop out outside of that. Fouls this up and out of play. Strike 2. In the air to right field toward Hearn, and there's 1 out.
That's a big timeout for Sierra Lewis. Johanna Slavíková had come into this game hitting .462. She was one of their top bats. And being able to shut them down after that base hit, that is a huge stall and a huge momentum shift for them.
Markéta Shvetsová takes inside, ball 1. RBI single in the first, ground out and a strikeout to go with it. It's 2-0. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Sierra Lewis just threw her 128th pitch of the night. Three-one count, and pitch number 130 is next.
We have not seen her go a full 7 innings yet in this tournament. So for her to go this full 7, it has been an impressive game of work.
Ball 4. Czechia feels like they are taking the approach that you said you have to have. Very disciplined, patient approach at the plate. And they have 2 aboard. Clint Lutz wants to talk things over with Sierra Lewis and his infield.
You have to at least bring the tying run to the plate. That is always the goal in these situations. At least bring the tying run to the plate. Give yourself a chance to do it in one swing.
Sierra Lewis passes the ball off to McKenna Blades to try and close this thing out with 1 out and 2 on.
And McKenna Blades is great at locating. So the goal for her is, number 1, keep the score the same, but number 2, limit the free passes. Make Czechia put the ball in play. She'll work in a changeup here and then, but it's really just about putting pressure on Czechia's offense.
Sierra Lewis's main mindset now is one, root for McKenna Blades to get this thing done and then rest up, recover quickly for a 3 Eastern time start. It will play in about 16 hours or so if they are able to finish the job.
I was going to say, too, and if Czechia ties it up, she'd be coming up to bat in the bottom of the 7th, too. She has to stay ready.
They're going to run over at first base. Czechia will, with Barbara Wagnerova. Sierra Lewis looking on.
And we have a big hitter, number 8, Barbara Wagnerova.
Excuse me. Yeah, it is a pinch runner. I apologize. Should still be Eliška Kotizova at the plate.
And the new pitcher, number 12, McKenna Blades.
Kotizova the first to see McKenna Blades. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. That is up and in, and it hit her. And she will take first base.
Another interesting play where she tried to swing. She definitely held up. It just depends on where this made contact with her. Gets her right on the hand, right on the knuckle there. Definitely looked like the knuckles, especially with her reaction after how she pulled her hand away. Now they've even got the spray out there again to spray onto her hand.
If it stands, it will be bases loaded with 1 out, and the tying run will come to the plate.
And I think the key there, she did not swing, for sure. That ball was in the box with her and definitely hit her on the hand. It didn't sound like it hit bat at all. Usually there's a telltale sound of ball off bat. That one definitely got a piece of her.
Czechia, I believe, is going to make a change at the plate. Klara Dostaova is standing there with a bat, and Jitka Harova, their manager, is talking to the umpire behind home plate to make this pinch hit substitution.
2 balls, please.
Huge moment for Klara Dostaova coming into this game. She's the tying run coming up to the plate right now, and this is exactly what you want. This is your goal for Czechia. Bring at least the tying run up to the plate. Give yourself a chance to do it in one swing.
Down and in, ball 1. You can't imagine these runners would even attempt it on a pass ball when you need 4.
It would have to really scoot away from Sophia Bowen back there. It would have to be very clear that you're going to be safe.
2-0 is the count for Blades. 3-0.
And you have to think Dostaova is taking all the way. That would be the plan here. If I was the batter, take all the way, force her to throw strike.
Popped up on 3-0. And it's dropped. And they're trying to scramble for the ball. They get the force at the plate. And so it works out all the same. 3-0 count, swinging there. And there's 2 away.
And that would have been ball 4. And now the umpire is going to come together for a chat. But Dostaova, just a risky move there, swinging at that pitch, 3-0.
This might not have been touched in fair territory.
This pitch up in the zone, you can tell she's jammed. Then with the bat in the way, I'm not sure if anybody actually touched that ball. Maybe up in the shoulder of Bowen.
It hits her pad right there.
Right there in the shoulder,
up.
you can see the pad move for sure.
So there's 2 outs and the bases are loaded. Czechia just trying to figure out what the situation is exactly. Not sure what the question is that Wojtek Kasper is asking. There's such a patient at bat from Klara Dostaova. It's surprising that she would be swinging on a 3-0 count. 'Cause it could be right now an 8-5 game.
That most likely would have been ball 4.
Got runners at second and third, and that run scores. Excuse me? They're running third base in the home plate. Batter runners out in third fly. Forces are removed, so this run scores. No. Yes. The run don't score. Yes. No.
So I think what the conversation might be is that infield fly rule was called. And that's what they're telling Clint Lutz, is that it's an infield fly. And so the runner, it would have been a tag at home that was required, is what they're telling Clint Lutz.
Can we make blue?
And now I think Clint Lutz is a little frustrated because he never heard or saw anybody call infield fly ball on that. And so if it's an infield fly, Dostaova would be out. That would require a tag at home plate. Since the runners decided to move forward, it would be second and third, 2 outs. And that would be the 5th run for Czechia. But I can understand Clint Lutz's frustration. Somebody has to clearly call infield fly there so that everybody in the infield knows what to do next, because that completely changes the play at home plate from a force to a tag.
So the situation is that's an infield fly. There are 2 outs in the inning. The run scores from third. So instead of bases loaded, it's going to be second and third, 2 outs. Czechia still with another opportunity in the form of Emma Fribova. Clint Lutz going to come out and talk to Kenny Blades real quick in the circle. And I think they are going to make a change, actually, and go to Autumn Willie. So we will step away while Willie gets ready. The tying run still at the plate for Czechia with 2 outs in the 7th.
Autumn Willie is now the pitcher for the District 3 team.
2 outs in the top of the 7th. Tying run at the plate for Czechia after a bit of an unusual play on the infield fly that brought a run across for them. But down to their final out, swing and a miss on the first pitch from Willie.
And so what you're looking for here is that umpire behind second base. As this ball goes in the air, watch his arm there. He's going to reach up, point to the sky. That is the sign for infield fly. So at that point, it changes the entire play.
I think Delaware was upset because I don't know that it was verbalized or vocalized. 0-2 count. Czechia down to their final strike. Ball 1 outside. Off speed low, it's a gutsy take from Fribova to see a pitch that really haven't seen much of in this game from any of the arms.
And definitely not from Willie yet. That's a great take in a tough situation.
Strike 3! Delaware off to the championship in back-to-back years.
And what a hard-fought win it was for Delaware. Had to go up against a very tough Czechia team. They were down for the first time ever in this tournament. Came back, fought back, and takes an 8-5 win over Czechia.
Czechia gave it all they had. They led for the majority of this game, led 4-1 going to the bottom of the 5th when the game got flipped on its head. And their journey ends at the Senior League Softball World Series, but an impressive showing from the team from the Czech Republic.
And it was the big swing from Kimora Harris for me. She is the MVP of this game. Made a few errors early, even struck out, but stuck with it, stuck with her plan, got a rise ball up, and drove it for a 2-run home run to put them ahead.
That sets up the rematch from last year. Delaware will be looking for revenge against Michigan, who got there in much different fashion. A 1-0 victory over the Philippines. It is a complete Michigan team, but Delaware is going to be really hungry come 3 Eastern on ESPN Plus tomorrow.
And these are the top 2 offenses in this tournament as well. And I keep saying it, I'm thinking we're going to see offense, but every time I say that, the pitching shows up big time in the circle. So it really could go either way for either team.
We'll see who we see in the circle tomorrow for those 2 teams, set up to be a fantastic championship. The semifinals, 2 of the best games of the entire week. Czechia and the Philippines coming out on the wrong side, but incredible efforts by those 2 squads. It'll be Delaware, Michigan at 3 Eastern tomorrow right here on ESPN Plus. A big thank you to our entire crew. For Ali Shipman, I'm Chucky Kemp. We'll do it one more time. Game number 27 of the week tomorrow.
That game at 3 o'clock.